Welcome to our third episode of EdSpire. As always, you're joined by me, Karim Khan, and my partner, Rude Shah. Today, we're accompanied by the talented Miss Joyce Campana. Miss Campana graduated from the University of Cincinnati with a bachelor in music concentration in opera. From there, she has been in many operas, concerts, television shows, and more. She now runs a private vocal studio outside of her home in Metuchen, New Jersey. I'd like to welcome you here, Miss Campana, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you. It's nice to see you.
It's nice to see you too. So right off the bat, we're just gonna get into performing arts. How did you really get into it?
It all started when I was young. My mother and I shared the love of watching movies together, especially movies about performing and backstage stories. And so when I was 14, she told me that there was an audition for this wonderful community theater in my area, and they were doing Fiddler on the Roof, and I auditioned for one of the daughters and got it, and that just set everything on fire. I knew what I wanted to do from that day forward. And so after working with that community theater for many years, well, for 4 years, because it was my high school years, I was lucky enough to get accepted in the BFA program at the University of Cincinnati. It's called CCM, College Conservatory of Music. It was one of the first BFA programs for musical theater. And I had no idea what I was in for. I was telling my husband this. When I was back just at home with the community theater, I was a big fish in a small pond. And there were a lot of it's a good thing to be that, because a lot of poise comes with that, as far as feeling like I can do this job, I can do this role. I felt very easy going up and doing title roles. But when I got to the University of Cincinnati, there were so many talented people. I just remember thinking, wow, they seem like they're already ready for Broadway. They were so good. And luckily, I had the kind of spirit that I just wanted to be like them. And I thought, well, I'm going to be good like them too. And so I know it sounds silly, but I just did everything that my teachers taught me, and worked very hard. Musical theater came so easily to me. I wanted to learn more, and that's why I changed my major to opera in Cincinnati. Well, the same thing happened in New York. I moved to New York wanting to just get up on the stage. And yet I still had opera on a pedestal. So I thought, to make money, I'll do musical theater jobs. I'll get on Broadway, just thinking that was going to be so easy. Well, it turned out it was easy. I got a job practically, 3 years after I was there. I was with Yul Brynner and The King and I, and that was a huge opening for me. So with that credit, people took me more seriously in all genres. And before I knew it, I was traveling all around the world singing title roles and the lead roles and operas, and it was just thrilling. It was really wonderful.
I don't know if you've seen our other videos, but most people that we've interviewed so far are either like engineers or some form of like STEM related field. But like this is really different for us. And one of the things I want to know is, you being a teacher, do you think talent is something that can be grown, or is
Yeah,
it something that's natural?
both. Some walk in here and I feel like they could be on Broadway right now. Others walk in here and I see them like a diamond in the rough. And I can see really what it takes. I'm going to tell you the God's honest truth. It's the passion and the relentless practicing and obsession, and love of it. Some can come in here and I can tell how much they want it, and they work at it, and they're wonderful. Um, I happen to be one of these people that I can see talent in everybody, and that's why I like to teach so much, because every person I work with them differently, and I find their talent, and I try to find ways of bringing it out subtly and in the right time.
And just to further that, if we look at like STEM or math, science, all that. It's something you can learn and you can improve yourself.
Practice makes perfect. It sounds so basic, but it's true.
You would say your voice is almost like a muscle.
All of your muscles are working
Mhm,
together. Not only these little muscles here, but your diaphragm muscle.
mhm.
The muscle that if you put your hands on your abdomen and go ha ha ha, and you feel like a pulse right there, or if you're going to take a punch and you tighten this area, your diaphragm muscle is there and it's engaged. All of these muscles have to be coordinated together, and that's why practicing is important, because you might theoretically know what to do, and the diaphragm muscle has to work, but I also have to send my air, and I have to breathe properly, etc., and think of the thoughts that the actor is thinking.
Mm.
All of that is coordinated together, and that's where practicing comes in again.
Yeah, almost like muscle memory. Just after repeating it, it's just there.
What exactly is a day in your life right now?
Well, that's a good question because of the whole COVID thing. Um, Before coronavirus started in March, or with the lockdown and everything, well, I had around 30 students. And then this happened, and I remember sending a mass email out to all of my students, and I said, let's stay home for a week and not take our lessons, because I'm going to follow the guidelines of what the school is saying. And then, one thing led to another. So after about 2 weeks of not teaching, I was feeling bad. And I thought, oh my gosh, my students, I don't want to lose my students. I don't want them to become disheartened and then not want to sing anymore. And I know for myself that singing is important. It makes me happy. And just the act of doing it fulfills me. And it's almost like a religion in a way. So I I had taught one person, one of my students, once she was starting to feel sick, so she didn't want to come over. This was, a couple of years ago, or I was sick, I can't remember. And she said, "Could we work through FaceTime?" And I said, "I'm willing to try that." And it was really easy. It seemed like she was actually in my room with me. And so I thought, why don't I try that? And so I sent out another mass email and said, I'm going to start trying to teach virtually um, through either FaceTime, Zoom, or Skype. And so a few people decided to try it. And it was so fun and successful. So I sent out one more mass email and said, hey, everyone, this is working nicely. Jump on board. It's not too late. And almost everybody came back. And so now it's pretty much like it was before, except that I turn on my computer and I talk to them this way. And, so to answer your question, I teach, but I'm also trying, here's something new, in acting class in New York, hoping to learn how to act for film. And because that was one thing that I haven't uncovered yet, a rock I haven't turned over. And it was really fun and interesting. I don't know if it's my favorite genre, but I had fun in the class and thought I will try to make contacts this way. Maybe I could get an agent. And sure enough, I did. I landed 3 agents. So before COVID happened, I was going out and doing commercial calls too, and had landed some commercials, and not anything big, not anything national, just pharmaceuticals because of my age. Now that we are in lockdown, no one's doing any auditioning. No one's auditioning for shows. So teaching voice has been more like therapeutic and keeping people's spirits up for the day that they will be back on stage again. So that's what my days are like right now.
Do you find time for hobbies in your day-to-day life, pre-COVID, after COVID?
Oh yeah, I mean, my hobby, I love to knit. I still love movies. I can't get enough of them. And now my husband and I are on this British kick where we can't get enough of these British miniseries, and we watched Downton Abbey, and then we watched The
Yes.
Crown, and then we started watching Last Tango in Halifax. That was great. And now we're on Doc Martin, which is, oh my gosh, it's hilarious. And there are like 11 seasons or 12 seasons.
Wow.
So we're doing that. But my other hobby is I love to walk my dog. I just love to walk all over with him. It's
Mm-hmm.
Chihuahua, but he's a big Chihuahua, so he can walk all over. I think he's part Corgi. So he's 18 pounds, and normally a Chihuahua is supposed to be 6 pounds. And he's not fat. He's just big. He's like, someone said he's a mountain Chihuahua. So that's one of my hobbies. And I don't know. This is pretty much all encompassing. It's teaching and trying to resurrect a career. Because it would be nice to get back on stage again too.
All right. I mean, just to wrap it up, I mean, this was really great. A quick question I have is, do you have any advice you'd like to give to your younger self or any other kids trying to follow your footsteps?
Well, my younger self, I'm trying to think, why not the best advice? No, I can't say that. I feel like I was very lucky, so I guess I would have said, don't stress so much. You're in the right channel. You're always going to be in the right channel because things work out the way they're supposed to if you try hard. But the advice I would give anyone, not just people that want to be a singer, is to find what you love, what you're passionate about, and trust that if that passion is always there and kindled, that you will find a way to do what you want to do in life. You can do anything you want to do, and you could not even have a voice and be a Broadway star by loving it that much and not giving up and reinventing and working at it. But you have to work and you have to be relentless.
Yes. It's very good advice.
I think for anything, right?
Yes, yeah, obviously. And so just to wrap it up, if you find something you love, just make sure you keep practicing it, and you never stop, and you just pursue it forever. And eventually something will happen. And good.
I have one other huge thing.
Yes.
My mother told me this right before my first rehearsal of that first show at the community theater. I said, Mom, I'm afraid no one's going to like me. And she said, oh, don't worry about that. That's the worst thing you can think about. Don't think about that. Instead, think about, I hope I like everybody. I know I will. Find something about each person that you like. It was the best advice she could ever have given me, because I think I loved all my cast members in any show I've ever done, and I love the directors, and I think that helps the situation to be healthy and organic.
I wish you all the luck, hopefully getting into a movie or something, and I hope to see you on a movie.
Yes, I just wanted to say thank you for your time and your patience here.
Ooh, I'm touched that you even wanted to interview me.